أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم وفقنا وسائر المشتغلين للعلم والعمل الصالح بحق محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عدوهم. Imam Ali alayhi salam said, "The ignorant man is a child. The ignorant man is a child, even though he may be old, while the knowledgeable man is an adult, even though he be young." قال الإمام علي عليه السلام: الجاهل صغير، الجاهل صغير وإن كان شيخا، والعالم كبير وإن كان حدثا. والعالم كبير وإن كان حدثا. With Islamic laws, we reach to issue number 311. If a person doubts during Salah whether he has performed wudu, his prayer is void while he is in the procedure of the Salah. And he doubts, maybe he did not make ablution. He did not make ablution. In this case, his salah is what? His salah is void. Because la salata bila tahur. He has to perform his salah with what? With ablution. If a person doubts during salah whether he has performed wudu, his prayer is void. And he should perform wudu and then pray. So he has to restart his salah with a new ablution. Issue number 312. If a person realizes after offering a prayer, after performing prayer, he realizes, he knows, not doubt, now he has a knowledge that his wudu became void. That his wudu became void. But what is the problem? Doubts whether, now here is the doubt. First of all, he has a knowledge that his wudu becomes what? His wudu becomes void. But now he doubts when this wudu becomes doubt, when this wudu becomes void. But doubts whether it become void before Salah or after Salah. This person, after he finished his prayer, he has knowledge, he realizes that his wudu was what? That his wudu was void. But he is doubting when his wudu becomes void, before Salah or after Salah. This is his doubt. When the wudu becomes void, before Salah or after Salah. Before Salah or after Salah, the prayer offered by him will be deemed in order. The prayer that he has finished, it will be what? It will be in order, valid. And for the ensuing Salah, he should renew his ablution and to perform the new Salah. This is what we call it in Arabic, قاعدة الفراغ. قاعدة الفراغ. Whenever you've done of an act, and then you have a doubt after that act, this act will be correct. This act that you have finished is what? Is valid. But the ensuing act, it should be what? It should be correct. Renew the ablution like what we said. Issue number 313. If a person, Allahumma ja'alna min 313. If a person suffers from an incontinence, if a person suffers from an incontinence, due to which drops of urine come out continuously, incontinence salasil bawl. Azallah Sama. Salasil bawl. It happens with old people. the people whom they have diabetes, and so on. So this person suffers from an incontinence due to which drops of urine come out continuously. So this is the definition of incontinence. Incontinence, this is the definition of incontinence. That the drops of urine come out continuously, or he is not in a position to control his bowels. Same thing. He should act as follows. He should act as follows. If this person, he cannot control what? He cannot control his bowels, or he cannot control his urine. If he is sure that at some time during the prayer time there will be a respite during which there will be a restraint, then he should perform wudu and salah at such time. Let's say that this person, he knows that, for example, he wants to perform Salatul Dhuhr and Al-Asr, and he suffers from incontinence, and he has time to be what? To be tahir, or to be out of this ailment. When that, for example, at 3 o'clock, from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. And the time of Salatul Dhuhr is at 12 o'clock. Starts the time of Salatul Dhuhr, sets at 12 o'clock. Now, is it obligatory on him to perform his salah in its prime time or not? No, of course not. He should wait. He should wait to perform his salah with tahara, with his clothes to be tahir, his body to be tahir, when that from 3 to 4. At that time, because at that time from 3 to 4, he can control his bowels, he can control his urine, so he should wait at that time and then perform his prayer. You understand this? Any question? No question? These are very important issues, my daughters. Really very important issues. And the people they are going to ask you about. Okay. If during the restraint he can control his urine or excretion only for performing wajib acts of salah, then he should. Look, he should. This is a verdict, just like the first part of the issue. Also, he mentioned he should. This is a verdict. This is fatwa. This is fatwa. If during the restraint he can control his urine or excretion only for performing wajib acts of salah, then he should perform only obligatory acts and abandon the mustahab acts, just like adhan, iqamah, qunut, etc. This person, he said, I do not have much time to perform my salah with tahara without the urine or excretion getting out. Only if I perform my salah, for example, with one tasbihah in the third and fourth rak'ah. If I'm not going to perform adhan and qunut, if I'm not going to perform qunut and so on, with dhikr, with the obligatory dhikr, if I perform only one dhikr, the obligatory dhikr, just like in prostration, to say Subhana Rabbiyal A'la wa bihamdah once, in this case, I can perform my salah with tahara. But if I use all the recommended acts, all the mustahab acts, I cannot perform my salah with tahara. In this case, I cannot perform my salah with tahara. So, what is the hukum right now? The hukum is you should perform your salah only with the obligatory acts and leave the mustahab acts, the recommended acts. Is this understood, insha'Allah? Issue number 314. If the time of restraint is just enough to allow wudu and a part of salah, and if he discharges urine or excretion once or several times during salah, then as an obligatory precaution, not verdict, not fatwa, as an obligatory precaution, he should do in those moments of respite and pray. He should do these acts in respite and pray. This person, he is a sick person, and he suffers from incontinence, for example, either urine or excretion, or maybe both of them. But we have to differentiate between urine and excretion, because if he has, if Allah forbid, if he has a urine incontinence, while he is in salah, if there is another hadath, like he discharged excretion, his salah will be void. If you say, okay, what is the difference? He has ailment of or incontinence of what? Of urine, and now he discharged feces. Yes, it is different. He does not suffer from excretion. He suffers from urine, or vice versa. If time of restraint is just enough to allow wudu and part of salah, and if discharged urine or excretion once or several times during salah, then as an obligatory precaution, he should do in those moments of respite and pray, only in those moments, to perform his salah. It will not be necessary for him to renew the wudu during salah because of discharging urine or excretion. Look, urine or excretion. In which ailment he suffers from? From urine. Urine, it is what? It is forgivable. It is forgivable in salah. But if he does not face the excretion, discharge of excretion, whenever it happens in salah, he should what? His salah will be what? His salah will be void, and his tahara will be void, and his salah will be invalid too. He has to go wash and to renew his salah. I think it is clear. Is it clear? Okay. He should, yes, it will be not necessary for him to renew the wudu during salah because of discharging urine or excretion. Though, as a recommended precaution, he should keep a container. He should keep a container, a utensil, فَدْنِجَانَ بصفة بها مي, by his side, because he knows himself. So he should what? He should keep a container beside himself, by his side, make wudu every time he discharged. This is what? This is as a recommended precaution. Look, it is not easy. It is not easy to do, but this is the recommended precaution. And continue praying. While he is praying, for example, while he is praying, he feels that some drops of urine or excretion, he discharged the excretion. In this case, while he is sitting in his prayer, take the water and perform ablution, but not turn to the left or right or make abnormal movement which invalidates salah. In the middle of salah, yes. And to continue, not to restart from, excuse me, and to continue, not to restart from the beginning. Though, as a recommended precaution, he should keep a container by his side. Make wudu every time he discharges. Make wudu every time he discharges. Maybe in salah twice or thrice. He discharged what? He discharged urine or excretion. So he, as I recommended, he should what? Perform wudu twice or three times. He discharged and continue praying. Look, continue praying, not renew. Continue praying. But this last precaution, listen to it, but this last precaution would not apply if due to prolonged discharge or renewal of wudu. The mood of prayer change. Here, this recommended precaution, it happens if once or twice, maximum 3 times, happened in salah. The discharge happened in salah. But if it is more than 3 times, you cannot do it. If it is more than 3 times, you cannot do it. Only 2 or 3 times. Number 1. Number 2, if that by renewing your ablution, you are going to what? Turn to the left, to the extreme left, or to the extreme right, or to the back. No, this will invalidate salah. It is just like you are sitting in your prayer in salah without doing an extraordinary movement or a strange movement from the salah, which maybe invalidate the salah. Have you got this? Issue number 315. If there is a continued incontinence, allowing no period of restraint for wudu. Don't forget that incontinence may be incontinence of air, incontinence of urine, incontinence of excretion. It depends. If there is a continued incontinence, will no period of restraint for wudu or even a part of salah to perform with tahara, then one wudu every salah will undoubtedly be enough. One wudu for every salah will be what? Will be enough. There is no need to renew his wudu. In fact, one wudu will be enough for several salat. يترقى السيد السيستاني. One wudu will be enough for several salats, except when one commit an extraneous act. Extraneous act, just like what? Like this person is suffering from incontinence of urine, and now he has passing wind. In this case, he has to what? He has to perform a new ablution. He has to perform a new ablution. Any question? However, it is recommended that he should do a fresh wudu for every salah. He has a choice. If this person, he does not have time to pray in tahara, and his ailment, his incontinence continued with him, one wudu is enough for his salah, and there is no need to do what the recommended act. And one wudu is enough for what? For more than one salah. If he has the same incontinence, for example, if he has incontinence of what? Of urine. Of urine. If it is only urine, so he doesn't need to renew his ablution in this salah or the ensuing salah. However, it is recommended that he should do a fresh, this is a recommended precaution, he should do a fresh wudu for every salah. But a fresh wudu is not necessary. A fresh wudu is not necessary for the qada or of a forgotten sajda or tashahhud, nor for the prayer of ihtiyat. It means that he can act performing the qada of tashahhud or sajda or salat al-ihtiyat with the old wudu. With the old wudu. Even if he discharged, yes, even if he discharged the same ailment, the same discharge, not something extraneous. Issue number 316. It is not necessary for a person suffering from continuant incontinence to pray immediately after wudu. Not necessary. Although it is better that he should be quick in offering a prayer. Yes. Why he said it is not necessary to perform his salah immediately? He said that because this person who has the incontinence, maybe he has a time. Maybe he has a time and he can perform his salah with what? With tahara. So he should wait. It is not better for him. But if he does not have time, that this incontinence continued with him and he does not have time, so it is better for him to what? To be quick in his prayer. I mean, to offer his prayer in a quick. Be quick in offering a prayer. Why to be in a quick in offering his prayer? In order to be, not to face a new discharge. In order not to have a new discharge. As much as he can perform his salah with tahara, it is better than having his salah with what? With discharging. All right? Issue number 317. It is permissible for a person suffering incontinence to touch the script of the Quran after wudu, even if he is not in the state of salah. So this person who suffers from incontinence, it is allowed for him to touch the script of the Quran after what? After having the wudu, even if he is not in salah. Even if he is not in salah. Issue number 318. A person who cannot control urine should use a bag filled with cotton or some similar device to protect oneself and to prevent urine from reaching other places. And the obligatory precaution is that before every salah he should wash the outlet of urine which has become mutanajjis. The person who suffers from incontinence, it is better for him to protect himself or to protect the other parts of his body from what? From najas. By what? By what? Just using the diapers, hafadat, or use sometimes some sacks of nylon to keep themselves away, or to keep the other parts of his body away from being mutanajjis. So he should try. He should try not to make himself mutanajjis, not to make the other part of his body mutanajjis, or maybe his clothes mutanajjis because of urine. Yes, he does have, or he suffers from incontinence, but that it is not permissible for him to let the other part of his body mutanajjis. No, at all. So he should take care of this. He should wash the outlet of urine which has become mutanajjis. Moreover, a person who cannot control excretion should, if possible, prevent it. Prevent what? The excretion, the feces, from reaching other parts like his thighs, at least during the time required for salah. At least during the time required for salah. And the obligatory precaution is that, the obligatory precaution, not vertical, is that if no hardship is involved, if no hardship, إذا ماكو حرج, if no hardship is involved, he should wash the anus for every prayer. He should wash the anus for every prayer. Now, a question here. How about using the wet tissues? The wet tissues. Is it allowed? It makes it, wait a minute. It makes the outlet tahir or not? The wet tissues. We've taken this in tahara before. Are you sure of your answer? Okay. Should be dry. Yes. If you remember, when we mentioned how to make the outlet tahir by using a cloth, piece of cloth, or a cloth, or a tissue, should be dry and should be tahir. Should be dry and should be tahir. So using the wet tissues, it would never make the outlet tahir, but the opposite, it will make it mutanajjis. Yes, what's your question?
Yes, because it is still wet at not dry. It is still mutanajjis.
With what?
The outlet.
Yes.
Yes.
If with the tissue is wet, that wetness will remove the najasa from the outlet to the other parts of the body. So it will make it what? It will make it mutanajjis. It doesn't matter if we use the dry tissue and it will remove the essential najasa. There is no particles of najasa in it. Maybe the smell, the color of najasa is left. It doesn't matter. It is tahir. The color or smell, it is tahir. But it becomes mutanajjis when there is some particles of feces or najasa is left. Is this understood? You should go over it again, huh? With a stone, yes, definitely. He should wash the anus for every prayer. Issue number 319. A person who suffers from incontinence should, if possible, try to restrain himself at least for the duration of salah, even if it may be difficult. This person is able to restrain himself from what? From discharging the urine or excretion. If he can, he should restrain himself. even if it's a little bit difficult, it doesn't matter. But how about if this difficulty turns into be what? To be to make the pain or to make his ailment longer, or it makes his ailment difficult to be treated. In fact, if his ailment can be treated easily, he should get the necessary treatment. If he can treat himself, he should treat himself. I explain the second issue here. The issue number 320. If a person who suffered incontinence recovers from the ailment, it is not necessary for him to repeat those prayers which he offered according to his religious duty. He has this ailment, he suffers from incontinence, okay? Now he recovered. He becomes healthy, alhamdulillah wa shukr, of his ailment. Now it is necessary to repeat the salah that he has done when he was sick? No, it is not necessary during the period of his ailment. However, if he recovers during salah, if during the salah he becomes what? He recovered. Or yes, he recovers during the salah, he should repeat that salah. He should repeat that salah as an obligatory precaution. As an obligatory precaution. Last issue. 321. If a person suffers from an incontinence which renders him unable to control passing the wind, he cannot able to control passing the wind, he will act according to the rules applicable to the incontinence persons described in the foregoing. Also, not only the incontinent, the person who suffers from the incontinence of urine or feces, but also from passing wind, the same thing. Only those? No, not only those. But there is another case. Who can tell me? We have taken this with menstruation. We have taken this with menstruation. Exactly in istihada. Exactly in istihada. We have taken such issue. If in istihada that the woman keeps discharging of blood, she will deal with her case just like this. You have to go over it. You have to go over it. Okay? That's all for today. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum wal an'aduhum.